Life in the UK test. Mock exam 2. Real practice questions and answers. Are you preparing for the Life in the UK test? This mock exam is designed to simulate the real test and help you practice answering questions under exam conditions. In this video, you'll take a realistic Life in the UK practice test with questions based on the official Life in the UK Handbook, covering important topics from all chapters of the exam. Whether you are applying for British citizenship or indefinite leave to remain, this mock exam will help you test your knowledge and identify areas where you need more revision. This mock exam includes questions from the values and principles of the UK. What is the UK? A long and illustrious history. A modern, thriving society. The UK government, the law and your role. To pass the real Life in the UK test, you need 18 correct answers out of 24 questions. Practicing mock exams like this is one of the best ways to prepare and build the confidence you need before the real test. Let's start. Who is known as William the Conqueror? William, the Duke of Normandy. William, the Duke of France. William, the Duke of Edinburgh. William, the Duke of Lyon. William, the Duke of Normandy. In 1066, an invasion led by William, the Duke of Normandy, in what is now northern France, defeated Harold, the Saxon King of England, at the Battle of Hastings. Harold was killed in the battle. William became King of England and is known as William the Conqueror. What was the system of land ownership used by the Normans known as? The Magna Carta. Noble land. Feudalism. Democracy. Feudalism. The Normans used a system of land ownership known as feudalism. The king gave land to his lords in return for help in war. Landowners had to send certain numbers of men to serve in the army. Some peasants had their own land but most were serfs. Who can only give advice, warn and encourage about government matters? The Speaker. The Monarch. Prime Minister. Members of the police. The monarch has regular meetings with the Prime Minister and can advise, warn and encourage, but the decisions on government policies are made by the Prime Minister and Cabinet. Catherine Howard was Anne Boleyn's cousin. True or false? True. Catherine was a cousin of Anne Boleyn. She was also accused of taking lovers and executed. Who tells visitors about the history of the Tower of London? Instructors. London guides. Beefeaters. History graduates. Beefeaters. The Tower of London was first built by William the Conqueror after he became king in 1066. Tours are given by the yeoman warders, also known as beefeaters, who tell visitors about the building's history. People can also see the crown jewels there. What awards event celebrates British theatre? The Turner Prize. The Mercury Prize. The Brit Awards. The Laurence Olivier Awards. The Laurence Olivier Awards take place annually at different venues in London. There are a variety of categories, including Best Director, Best Actor and Best Actress. The awards are named after the British actor Sir Laurence Olivier, later Lord Olivier, who was best known for his roles in various Shakespeare plays. Who was the Iron Duke that defeated the Emperor Napoleon? Churchill, Sir Christopher Wren, Wellington, Admiral Nelson. Wellington. In 1815, the French wars ended with the defeat of the Emperor Napoleon by the Duke of Wellington at the Battle of Waterloo. Wellington was known as the Iron Duke and later became Prime Minister. It is a legal requirement that men and women should not be discriminated against due to their gender or marital status. True or false? True. UK laws ensure that people are not treated unfairly in any area of life or work because of their age, disability, sex, pregnancy and maternity, race, religion or belief, sexuality or marital status. What can carry-on be associated with? Art, novels, music, films. Films. The 1950s and 1960s were a high point for British comedies, including Passport to Pimlico, The Ladykillers and, later, the Carry-On films. How many members does the Northern Ireland Assembly have? 90. 129. 119. 110. The Northern Ireland Assembly was established soon after the Belfast Agreement, or Good Friday Agreement, in 1998. There is a power-sharing agreement which distributes ministerial offices amongst the main parties. The Assembly has 90 elected members, reduced from 108 in 2016, known as MLAs, members of the Legislative Assembly. They are elected with a form of proportional representation. The Assembly is chaired by a Speaker and 3 Deputy Speakers. At least 10 members, including the Speaker, must be present in order for a vote to be taken on any matter. Nowadays, the House of Commons has more power than the House of Lords. True or false? True. The House of Commons has powers to overrule the House of Lords, but these are not used often. When did Ireland split into 2 countries? In 1916. In 1922. In 1969. In 1921. In 1922 Ireland became 2 countries. The 6 counties in the north which were mainly Protestant remained part of the UK under the name Northern Ireland. The rest of Ireland became the Irish Free State. It had its own government and became a republic in 1949. When did the first farmers arrive in Britain? 4,000 years ago. 6,000 years ago. 8,000 years ago. 10,000 years ago. "6,000 years ago. The first farmers arrived in Britain about 6,000 years ago. The ancestors of these first farmers probably came from Southeast Europe. These people built houses, tombs, and monuments on the land. What were the first women's social and political union group members called? House of Lords. Rotten boroughs. Slaves. Suffragettes. Suffragettes. Emmeline Pankhurst set up the Women's Franchise League in 1889, which fought to get the vote in local elections for married women. In 1903 she helped found the Women's Social and Political Union, WSPU. This was the first group whose members were called suffragettes. Sir Edward Elgar is known for his famous music work, The Planets. True or false? False. Sir Edward Elgar wrote the famous Pomp and Circumstance marches. The most well-known one, March No. 1, Land of Hope and Glory, is often played during the last night of the proms at the Royal Albert Hall. Gustav Holst is another famous composer. He wrote The Planets, which is a group of pieces inspired by the planets in our solar system. Ulster fry is a traditional food of which country? Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, England. Northern Ireland's traditional food is Ulster fry, a fried meal with bacon, eggs, sausage, black pudding, white pudding, tomatoes, mushrooms, soda bread and potato bread. Which two wives of Henry VIII were executed? Jane Seymour, Catherine Howard, Anne Boleyn, Anne of Cleves. Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard. Anne Boleyn was English. She and Henry had one daughter, Elizabeth. Anne was unpopular in the country and was accused of taking lovers. She was executed at the Tower of London. Catherine was a cousin of Anne Boleyn. She was also accused of taking lovers and executed. Select two popular social networking websites. Telephone, email, Twitter, Facebook. Twitter and Facebook. Social networking websites such as Facebook and Twitter are a popular way for people to stay in touch with friends, organize social events, and share photos, videos, and opinions. Many people use social networking on their mobile phones when out and about. Who can get a 50% discount on their TV license? Blind people, students, army officers, deaf people. Blind people. People over 75 can apply for a free TV license and blind people can get a 50% discount. Roast beef is a traditional food of which country? England, Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland. England. Roast beef, which is served with potatoes, is an example of English traditional food. Which languages were the basis of modern English? Norman French and Anglo-Saxon. Gaelic and Celtic. Norman French and Celtic. Celtic and Anglo-Saxon. Norman French and Anglo-Saxon. After the Norman conquest, the king and his noblemen had spoken Norman French and the peasants had continued to speak Anglo-Saxon. Gradually these two languages combined to become one English language. Volunteering is compulsory in the UK. True or false? False. Volunteering is working for good causes without payment. It is not compulsory. How can you make a complaint about the police? Choose 2. Going to a police station. Writing to the chief constable of the police force involved. Visiting a council office. Visiting the local polling places. Going to a police station and writing to the chief. Anyone can make a complaint about the police by going to a police station or writing to the chief constable of the police force involved. When did the Irish Free State become a republic? 1922. 1931. 1937. 1949. 1949. In 1922 Ireland became 2 countries. The 6 counties in the north which were mainly Protestant remained part of the UK under the name Northern Ireland. The rest of Ireland became the Irish Free State. It had its own government and became a republic in 1949. So, how did you get on? To pass the official Life in the UK test, you'll need at least 18 out of 24 questions correct. Keep practicing, stay focused, and when exam day arrives, you'll be ready to ace it. If this video helped you, don't forget to like the video. Share your score or thoughts in the comments. Subscribe so you never miss another practice test or guide. Every bit of practice counts. You're getting closer to becoming a British citizen with every step. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.